As he walked in, the room felt strangely calm. The boy greeted him like nothing was wrong, smiling so casually. They sat down, talking like old friends. But something felt off. He wasn't worried at all. He kept thinking about things. Bam! Series of events that have happened. 2 months later, the training had already begun, and it was brutal. Every single movement felt like their bodies were breaking. Some of them were already at their limit. Langis could barely hold on, his body trembling with every breath, but the instructor just kept watching. Then his eyes shifted. Leica was different. She moved effortlessly, like the training meant nothing to her. But even that wasn't what caught his attention. Because on the other side, there was Zeke. While everyone struggled, he remained completely calm. To him, this level of training was nothing. In fact, the techniques they were using were useless to him, because modern breathing techniques only manipulate nature's energy. But Zeke was using something far beyond that. A technique that had evolved for centuries, a fragment of a legendary power, the dragon's breath. A skill that traced back to him 1,000 years ago. And the instructor was starting to notice. Even Leica couldn't take her eyes off him. After training, they finally got a chance to rest. The cafeteria was packed. Everyone was exhausted, except Zeke. Plate after plate, he kept eating. Like his body needed more than everyone else. His appetite was insane. Then, he suddenly looked up. Langis was staring at him. Confused, shocked, and a little concerned. Isn't your stamina and appetite kind of weird? Then suddenly, they both burst out laughing. Zeke casually pushed a plate toward him. Eat. Food is part of training. To him, this wasn't just eating. It was improvement. As he looked around, something felt off. Some of these students had clearly been trained before. And then she walked in. Leica. Langis froze. He almost food, but Zeke didn't even react. That's Lady Leica, Langis whispered nervously, the head's daughter. One of the strongest candidates. Zeke glanced at her. So? Langis panicked. We shouldn't talk to her like this. Zeke didn't care. I'm the head's son too. Illegitimate. Langis froze. Wait, what? Leica stopped. Now she was interested. So you're that child. She stepped closer. Come under me. I'll support you. Zeke didn't even hesitate. Not interested. Leica didn't back down. You have no backing, but you're strong. I need you. Zeke's answer didn't change. I've never served anyone, and I never will. For a moment, she was stunned. Then she smiled. But something changed. Her aura started to rise. Even she didn't notice it. But Zeke did, because long ago, he stood at the very peak. She's about to break through, and yet he looked away. Uninterested. Still not interested. Even after being rejected, Leica didn't stop. She kept pushing, and that's when Zeke snapped. Bam! The knife slammed into the table. The wood cracked instantly. But didn't explode, because he was holding back. I said it before, I don't serve anyone. And then something changed. A terrifying, ancient energy started leaking from his body, even his eyes, burned with it. I am the strongest. For a moment, everything went still, couldn't move. Her body froze. What is this? I'm being overwhelmed. Even Langis panicked. Stop. Calm down. But she didn't listen. Her thoughts were racing. Then suddenly, she snapped. Fight me. A duel. In an instant, the cafeteria exploded into chaos. Students rushed in from everywhere. A duel between candidates. This was big. Langis was losing it. You can't do this. She's not someone you can face. She's from the Typhona family, one of the 4 great families, and she's mastered the lightning sword. But Zeke didn't care. So, she's a candidate. Langis was stunned. Did he even understand what he just said? But then, Zeke smiled. A different kind of smile. Interesting. I'm actually looking forward to this. To him, this wasn't a fight. It was a chance to see something new. But Langis could only think of one thing. He's going to lose. Enough talking. Get over here. Like as aura flared, her sword already in hand. Zeke didn't hesitate. I never turned down a challenge. He glanced at Langis. Leave. And Langis didn't argue. He ran. Fast, because he knew. This was about to get dangerous. Zeke looked at her. Why are you so desperate? Leica's grip tightened. I have to become the head. And for that, I need you under me. Zeke frowned. He didn't get it. Not even a little. There are 5 candidates, each backed by powerful families. This is bigger than you think. Zeke sighed. Sounds complicated. Leica's eyes sharpened. That's why I'll defeat you. She moved first, fast. In a flash she was already in front of him. Her blade came down, but Zeke was gone. He dodged effortlessly, again and again. No struggle, no panic, just calm. The students were stunned. So this is the power of a head candidate? Leica sped up, faster and faster. But it didn't matter. Zeke saw through everything, every movement, every breath, every intention. Why can't I hit you? Zeke raised his fist. Because I can see everything. Then he struck. One punch, and she was sent flying. She crashed. Hard. But Zeke didn't move. He just watched. Like the fight wasn't over yet. She forced herself up. Shaken. Broken. I'm one of the fastest 1-star students. Zeke didn't even blink. Speed isn't the problem. I can see your breathing, your muscles, even your eyes. Before she could react, boom, another punch. This time, she was sent crashing into the arena wall. The crowd froze. Langis rushed in. You actually beat her. Zeke shook his head. No, it's not over. His eyes narrowed. She protected her core. Impressive. Then something changed. Her aura shifted. Stronger. Sharper. She broke through. 2 stars. The crowd gasped. White aura spreading around her. She stood up again. Wounded, but stronger than before. She looked at Zeke and smiled. Thanks to you, I advanced. Then her gaze changed. A terrifying energy exploded from her body. She vanished and reappeared right in front of him. Her blade came down. Now that I've advanced, you don't stand a chance. But Zeke smiled. He was enjoying this. He dodged like before. But then something unexpected happened. A cut right across his face. Zeke froze and touched the blood. You finally hit me. Leica's voice echoed. This is my power. The true Thunder Sword. Zeke's eyes lit up. Interesting. Then it began. Lightning everywhere. No matter where he moved, it followed. Strike after strike, he was being pushed back. Damn, this is new. But instead of fear, he got excited. The crowd was panicking. He's losing. Even Langis shouted. But Zeke was calm. He could dodge it all, every single attack. But he didn't, again and again, because he was learning. Leica raised her blade. This ends now. Golden lightning exploded from the sky and struck him directly. Langis screamed. The crowd went silent. Leica turned away. It's over. But then something moved. Zeke stood up, golden energy erupting from his body. The ground trembled. Impossible. He broke through. 2 stars. Just stars. Zeke stepped forward. I could have dodged everything, but I didn't. Lightning crackled around him. I was studying you, absorbing it. And now, he smiled, I understand it. Now, everything changed. Leica attacked again, but this time she couldn't hit him, not even once. Her attacks looked slow, childish. She gritted her teeth. Are you mocking me? Zeke smiled. No. Now I'm serious. He stretched, like he was bored. I guess it's time to create something new. The crowd froze. Create a technique right now? Zeke stepped forward, lightning gathering in his palm. And then he struck. One hit. That was all it took. Leica collapsed. Silence. No one moved. No one spoke. Did that just happen? Zeke walked toward her. She tried to stand, but couldn't. Her thoughts were a mess. Zeke reached out his hand and smiled. That was a good fight. Let's do it again, when we're stronger. The students continued their training far away from the academy. A different battle was already underway. Then suddenly, the battlefield went silent, because standing there was the current head, Balza Eldragon, surrounded by dozens of creatures. And yet, not a trace of fear. They closed in, from every direction. Killing intent everywhere. But Balza didn't move, not even slightly, as if none of this mattered. Then the air changed. A presence, ancient, overwhelming, rose behind him, a dragon, not summoned, but acknowledged. Like it belonged to him. He reached for his blade, slow, calm. Dragon destruction, first form, Genesis. And then everything ended. In a single motion, no struggle, no resistance, just annihilation. Dozens of creatures, gone, instantly. Silence filled the battlefield. Not a single enemy remained. Balza Eldragon stood alone, untouched, unbothered. Like this was nothing. Like this was normal. Then the other warriors rushed forward to perform their duties. Without warning, space itself began to distort. A rift was forcefully opened, and standing before it was the head of the Eldragon family, Balza Eldragon. His expression remained calm, almost uninterested, as if opening a rift like this was nothing special. Without saying another word, he stepped forward and entered the rift that led to another location, disappearing from the battlefield entirely. The space slowly stabilized. Then an instructor arrived. Calm, but clearly aware of the situation, he approached quietly. He reported that Lady Leica had a fight with one of the students. Balza then replied furiously, "So what?" He then told me not to report something like that to him again. Then the instructor continues talking. However, Lady Leica loosed to the other student. Balza then asked, "Did she fought one of his elder brother?" "No, it's someone of the same age." "Lord Zeke. Oh, that woman. I didn't think she left anything behind for her child, considering how suddenly she died." The instructor stepped forward. "Sir, the report is confirmed. The boy defeated Lady Leica and advanced to 2 stars by his own effort." The patriarch turned his back. "Then begin the trial." The instructor froze. "What do you mean, sir? Most of the students haven't even reached 1 star yet. Whether they've learned combat techniques or not, death doesn't favor the weak. Only the strong survive." A terrifying aura erupted from him. "If they can't survive this much, they are not qualified to be Eldragon." The instructor lowered his head. Understood. As the patriarch walked toward the rift, "Call back Freya." The instructor's expression changed. "Freya." The patriarch smirked slightly. "Isn't it interesting? That boy defeated Leica. Tell her to monitor the trial and watch Zeke closely." He stepped into the rift. "Zeke, is it?" "Interesting." Back at the academy, the students continued their training. Langis pushed himself harder than ever, because he knew he was nothing more than a frog at the bottom of a well. Meanwhile, Zeke was training differently. A massive stone rested on his head. Heavy weights hung from both arms. Yet he maintained perfect balance. Langis turned and froze. "Are you done training?" Zeke glanced at him. "What do you mean? I'm still training. In fact, I've already mastered the technique." "What?" Zeke stepped closer. "Your source power is flowing incorrectly." Langis could react. He was turned around effortlessly. "Did I just float?" Golden energy surged from Zeke's hand, guiding Langis' energy through the correct path. Langis froze. This feels completely different. You've really mastered it. Zeke narrowed his eyes. You were doubting me, weren't you? Langis shook his head. No, it's just no one has ever guided me like this, except my father. Zeke replied calmly. These combat techniques, they're simple but efficient. His eyes drifted slightly, memories flashing. Back then, there were 6 forms, and the final one had enough power to slay an ancient dragon. He smiled faintly. I'm just practicing something different. Langis clenched his fist. Lord Zeke, please train me. I want to get stronger too. Zeke replied calmly. I don't mind. Really? Then train me too. They turned. Lady Leica? She stepped forward. I was defeated, so I want to grow stronger, strong enough to defeat you and surpass my brothers. Zeke stayed silent. She looked down slightly. I know, it's absurd to ask. That's not a problem. Why are you so obsessed with becoming the head? Leica answered calmly. At best, I'll be married off. At worst, I'll become a concubine. Zeke's expression changed. What? His aura flared. Let's just run away. I'll destroy all these stupid traditions. Attention! A voice cut through the air. A woman appeared silently behind them. You are. Fraser Winkick. A 6-star from the Black Dragon Corps. The students froze. Fraser of the Gale. Your test is simple. Survive 1 month in Poison Dragon Mountain. What? If your crystal breaks, you fail. And if you fail, you're expelled. What if monsters appear? Then defeat them. You have 5 days. Master a technique or die trying. Students rushed to choose techniques. Zeke spoke calmly. Langis, pick a spear technique. Leica, choose swordsmanship. She asked why. The protagonists say it will cover your weakness. Freya smiled. This year is different. Upperclassmen will hunt you for the orbs. They start talking among themselves that most of them haven't reached 1 star while smiling like a villain. What? Test begins now. Students rushed into the mountain. Zeke walked calmly behind. Freya watched him as she suddenly appeared beside him. She said, You should be going too, kids. Ops, I'm carried away. Her expression changed and she asked, Not nervous? The protagonist replied, Not at all. Deep in the forest, found one. A group of upperclassmen surrounded Zeke. One of them say he's too slow. None of them knew that they just walk into the lion den. An arrow shot toward him. Zeke caught it. Barehanded. What? He crushed it. I've been waiting for you. He vanished, appearing before them instantly. Now, let's play.